Jack, my love.
Are we getting hugs and kisses for free?
We are.
Free hugs.
Oh, we love free hugs.
And kisses.
They're the best ever. We need
Okay.
more hugs.
I think we're live on YouTube. I'm not sure about Facebook. Let me check. Jack, hold back off for a sec. Okay, we should be live everywhere. Hi, everyone. Just chit-chatting about one thing today.
This episode of Living on a Dime is brought to you by the Dining on a Dime cookbook, where you can eat better, spend less, save money on your grocery bill today. Go grab your Dining on a Dime cookbook at livingonadime.com. Is that good?
Yep.
Did I do a good commercial?
Yep. And please pause for this station identification.
Okay, one quick announcement real quick. HomemadeSoapMakingSupplies.com. I am closing down my soap store. Everything that's left is 50% off. No minimum order, but there's just a limited selection of soaps and soap supplies. So get what you can.
Sea salt body scrub.
Yes, remember how exfoliated your hands
Oh,
were?
I was pretty exfoliated.
They were soft as a baby's
If I should
bottom.
use that
Max
today.
doesn't know what exfoliate means.
You don't know what exfoliate means? It means it takes all the dead skin and moisturizes your skin. So it's
Makes it all
soft as a baby's
smooth.
bottom. Do you want your hands soft as a baby's bottom?
He doesn't know what a baby's bottom is like. He was the baby.
So it does include my Dead Sea Salt scrubs, guys, that Mike loved when I exfoliated. My goat milk cream, which everybody is loving. I've got about 20 of these and each scent left, and I think that's it. So anyway, HomemadeSoapMakingSupplies.com, 50% off. Everything, no minimum. This last week, I'm shutting down the store next weekend. So
What?
I am. Okay, hello everyone. So, here's the thing, guys.
Hello.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Hola from Houston. Hi, Galena.
So, day before yesterday, yes, Donna, right, I have goat milk scrub you left.
Can you post a link while Picket Fence is asking?
Oh, yes. So, day before yesterday, we got a harebrained idea.
Oh, except you have to put a space before the H. Oh, no.
Okay. And that's what we want to talk to you guys about.
Ideas from her are never good.
What do you mean ideas
They
for me are
always-
never
they're
good?
always correct.
Okay.
Wait, click that link and open it in the new tab. Make sure it actually goes the right place. There
Are
it is.
you backseat link pudding?
It's not. It's because
Yeah,
of
I saw it. Hold on, guys. Let me fix the link here.
the solution is to split
Okay.
space before use
That's
at the end.
And where?
Where it says /use, it thinks that's part of the address. Okay, there you go.
There we go. Now I think the correct link is in on YouTube. It is in there. So
Mike is not doing the tech today. I'm leaving it up to
thank you.
my assistant, Tara Jean.
Okay, White Picket Fence, I just put the correct email address in there. So, Christine, are we traveling on a dime too? So, here's the thing. Mike and Ellie went to Ireland and England
And Scotland.
2 years ago. Oh, did you go to Scotland?
Yep.
Okay, so they went to the whole of the UK and Ireland for, see, I did that right,
Ooh.
for $1,700 each 2 years ago. So, we paid off our house, for those of you who don't know, this week. We got the zeros on the statement. Mike called and we got the zero.
Hannah's on.
And-
Goshen's on.
Ooh, what a Goshen! Hello! So, Life
So
in
they
the
actually-
UP says planning a trip is almost so much fun. I'm glad you think so, because I think it's a pain in the butt.
This one, part of it, I don't think we're going to plan as much because we were going to stretch out we were going to have fewer places for a longer amount of time. Ellie kind of thought that, and Tara, having wanted more of a restful break, I think it seemed better
Yeah.
than, because Ellie and I would spend 2 or 3 days in one place and then go right to the next place. And
Okay, so let's go back to where we were. So, thank you, Christine, Tara for President 2020. Remember, get it together, people! I need some banners. Oh, banners. We must make some banners for that. Okay, so here's what happened. We paid off our house. We're super excited.
yay!
And
And then Mike put the squeeze on her.
Pretty much. I'm like, I want to go to Alaska.
I told you could go somewhere else if you wanted.
So
You can. Just kidding.
we decided to go ahead and go to the UK and Ireland for the month of July.
Woo!
And it's going to be all of us except BJ. All of us but BJ. He might come over for a week, but his job probably won't allow him to be gone for too long.
I checked with him to make sure, but he said, yeah, I don't think I could get out of it. And I'm like,
Yeah. Oh, are we coming to Norway too? Oh man, Norway's not that far, is it?
I know. I was thinking
Oh dear.
today. I was talking to
Can you get to Norway
TJ.
from
Said he
Scotland?
went to Norway last year. Yeah, you can.
I don't know.
You have to look
Yeah.
into that.
I don't know.
It would be
My
fun to
friend
come.
went
I wasn't
Norway.
sure if the same trip would be.
Yes, Jamie, I'm on YouTube. Okay, so we worked and worked and worked, so we decided to have a big vacation.
So, well, Cheryl, we were thinking about taking some of the kids, so that would kind of make the second honeymoon thing not much like a second honeymoon entirely. But
Oh,
we did we thought about our 25 years redo.
Huh?
The you see Phantom.
oh, just say going to see Phantom. So, tell them the story.
Well, when I first met Tara, she was crazy about Phantom of the Opera.
The Phantom of the Opera is here inside my mind.
So anyway,
In sleep he sang to me. Go ahead, I'll serenade you while you're doing. In dreams he came.
I'm going to talk while you sing.
That voice
So,
calls to
So I think on our first,
and
was it
speaks
our first
my
anniversary?
name. It was the year we were married.
Was it? Oh, just
It was
right.
like our 2-month anniversary.
Oh yeah. So Phantom of the Opera came to Denver, and we didn't spend any money on anything really in those days, except I secretly got tickets for it. And because I used to work for a Ticketmaster at the time, I knew how to get really good seats, and we got like a 7th row in the center, and it was really good. What I was telling her, wow, if we're in London for part of it, we should go see Phantom of the Opera there and have it be our kind of 25th anniversary, update to that, which would be kind of fun.
Ooh, we could take a ship to Norway, Maurice says maybe. So here's the thing. So we were thinking about going for a full month over to Europe. I mean, we're kind of thinking once we're over there, the UK, once we're over there, we might as well do it big. So we were going to spend a week in the England area, 1 or 2 weeks in Ireland, and then 1 week in Scotland. So here's our question, and we need you guys to help us figure this out. The main question is, I don't know why, I guess because Donna told me they really like Scotland. I kind
really
of want
like
to go to Scotland, but what can we do in Scotland that's cool for a week?
So here are some of the parameters. And so for Ireland, Ellie and I were already thinking, we know of a couple places we'd really like to go in County Kerry in the south. That we've been kind of in the area.
It's only 2 hours,
2
from
hours?
Ireland to Norway.
Wow,
Oh,
we
dear.
should do that.
Maybe we need to add an
We
extra
should do
week.
that. That would be awesome.
Could we spend a week in Norway? But then we'd have to go to Sweden.
No, we could go
and then we'd have to go to Finland.
we could go from Ireland to Norway and then to Scotland.
We could go from Ireland to Norway to Scotland.
Well, Scotland is just south of Norway.
Okay, maybe we need to get a map here.
So,
Map.
so Ellie and I and Tara had sat down, and Ellie and I were talking about where would be relaxing for Tara, and maybe also still have the opportunity to do some.
Because we don't
stuff.
want to go like every other day
But
to a different place.
But like if Tara's not feeling like going
Yeah.
somewhere, and some of the others of us want to go somewhere, we can. So in Ireland we kind of have some idea,
Ooh.
and mostly it would be in County Kerry, I think, this trip. But that would be Southwest Ireland, and
Well, it would be shorter from Scotland to Norway. Can't you go from Scotland to Norway?
well, it looks like yes. So we, Ellie and I were in Scotland on our trip the last time, but by then we had been doing so much so quickly that Ellie was pretty worn out, and I was kind of like, yeah, I'm a little tired. We had plans to do hiking and stuff like that. In the end, we spent pretty much all the time in Glasgow and Edinburgh. And
Ooh, Ireland has 4.7 out of 5 stars on Google.
is that all? What?
4.7 is good.
So we didn't see really any of the Highlands. So Tara would like to, I think, not be kind of moving around every night. So we thought if we could figure out where would be a good place if we were going to go to Scotland and then see things for a week, be able to kind of rest if we want, or go see things with a reasonable distance if we just went to one place as a sort of central.
The Highlands are relaxing, okay?
Well, that's what I was thinking. The Highlands,
So where is that
that's the whole northern part of Scotland.
at? Okay.
So,
So is that good?
yeah, that's what I was talking about. Because Ellie and I have already been to Glasgow and Edinburgh, and we really like them. But if we had to choose, it'd be nice to see something we haven't seen before, and Tara would like the relaxing part.
Yeah.
So, and then we thought we'd go down to England. Ellie really wants to go back to London, and Dave has a friend in London he wants to go visit, and we'd like to go see Sue, who's probably asleep right now.
Probably.
Anyway,
Yeah.
and so we were trying to figure out anything, well, particularly in Scotland, where would be a good place to kind of use as a base where we stay. But if we want to go see something in the day, we can still
Yeah,
see
so
a
like
lot
if
of
we
nice
had to
things.
drive like an hour, that would be fine, and then drive an hour back and go see something. See, you guys over in the European countries do not understand. In America, for us, it is nothing to get in the car and drive 8 hours to another state on the far side of the other state.
So wait, what's Tura doing at this time of night?
That's true. What are you doing at this time of night?
Actually, Tura, I was thinking today, I was hiking with the younger boys and Emily and her boyfriend TJ, who has family in Norway. And he was telling me he was in Bergen 6 months ago or something, and I said, oh, we know somebody in Bergen. We're just dying to meet her. So-
We need to ask the Queen if we can stay. I think she would let us.
The Queen of
England.
England. Okay, well, we were talking Norway, so I wasn't sure.
I think we
Is there a
should.
Queen in Norway?
So Mom would not be going, and she would probably be watching Buster.
Yes, we
Passports.
do have
oh,
our
do you have to have
passports.
passports to go to England?
We do have our passports, yes.
We got them last year.
Actually, everyone in our family has passports now,
Yeah.
which is great.
Many museums. I'm not too into museums. I mean, I like old stuff, but I don't like
The
museums
fairy
really.
pools, I think I've heard of them. That's at the Isle of
Be
Skye.
sure to visit the fairy pools. Okay, so we'll add that
So-
one to the list.
So we like pretty outdoorsy things, maybe little festivals if they're not highly, like, massive throngs of tourists, castles and abbeys and other kinds of local things. But we're not totally sure, not having been to Scotland. And the idea just came up so quickly that I didn't really spend any time finding out about Scotland, except, what Ellie and I already know from having been to the
Yeah.
part that we were in.
Yeah. How about a tutorial on planning a trip abroad? Yeah, we should do that. How long are we going for?
Actually,
A full month.
I do have a video
Mhm.
on our channel. It's like how Ellie and I went to Ireland for $1,700 a month.
Thanks, Bethany.
If you click on our playlists on Living on a Dime actually, you're on Facebook. If you go to YouTube and you go to Living on a Dime and then you look for the playlists on the side and there's one about how we went to Ireland and in the UK. And I explain, we have one video that's really thorough about all the different things we did to get the best prices and stuff like that. And how we we made a map. So it was primarily Ireland for that trip. We made a map and we asked a bunch of people that Ellie met on Facebook and of what they thought. And there were things that I knew that I wanted to see and some other people, and we marked them all on the map. And then we kind of said they mostly are in these areas. So then we kind of made a little, we made a kind of a line showing we should go here and all through these places. So,
I should, Penny, go see Toby. I should. We'll see where he's at.
Toby?
And where we're at. Her friend
Toby.
I talked to him. Will we be going live from over there? Yes. And so one of the things is finding Airbnbs that have good internet.
Well, and in Ireland, we
So-
already have. Well, so in Ireland, the two places we were mostly thinking of going, one of them is the place we thought about going for the whole summer before we kind of nixed that for this year. And so then this trip just suddenly came up. He still has some time available. And so we thought if we go for the whole summer in a future year, we could test now to see if the broadcast
Yeah.
works, so we know if we could do that. But another place has no internet of any kind, so
Yeah.
we'd have like a week of nothing.
There is no minimum on the 50% off. It's no minimum, so you can order however much you want on my 50% off. And I just put the right code in there for all you guys trying.
It was a $30
Sorry.
minimum previously, but now she's right at the end of
Yeah.
everything that's left.
So I just want it gone. 50% off is the coupon code. Sorry, we put the wrong code in there. So, yeah, 50% off is the coupon
So,
code.
did I send you 40?
You said sale. It's not 50% sale. It's 50% off.
Oh, oops.
Because that was, yeah. Okay, so guys, if you ordered soaps and you have not received them yet, it's because they're still curing. So next week, everything will be done curing. The end of next week is when everything should be shipped. I've been sending out notices on that all day.
So tickets from Denver. Right now, tickets from Denver are $733.
Yeah.
When Ellie and I went, we discovered they're often a lot less on Tuesday evenings, but $733 is pretty cheap for July. So we're not sure if it'll get cheaper, but we're going to wait till Tuesday and see.
So when you go to the UK, search for UK pay-as-you-go restaurant. You only pay what you think the food costs. What?
Oh, put it on the list.
That would be a video. Oh my. I think this is worth a penny. Oh no, is a shilling? What is it in England?
Oh, that was good
Is
stuff.
it guilder? No, that's Holland. What is it in England?
Well, it's pounds and pence.
Pounds.
and-
Pence. That's
There
a
are
pence.
still
It's a
shillings,
pence.
but I'm a little confused about them.
We could cook our way through England. That would be very good. Yes, girl in world. Scotland's been voted the most beautiful
The world's most beautiful
country. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Well, see, I think Ellie and I went, but Tara and I have seen shows. There were some shows that we have watched in the past that happened in the Northern Highlands, and so that's an area we really like to see. And there's a band that we met that played at the Scottish Festival in Estes Park, Colorado, and I think it'd be kind of funny if we happen to be near where they are to go there and say, "Hey guys, we saw you in Colorado."
So nobody's giving us like a spot in I mean, like, is there a location in Scotland that we should try for that's kind of countrified or something, or I don't know.
It's okay if you don't know if you don't have an idea, because we can still look. But we were looking. Like, I noticed Inverness is a place that we haven't been, but it's kind of more central, but it's north, and so we weren't sure if we'd miss some of the other stuff if it was that far north. And also because it's by Loch Ness, I thought we're really not very tourist focused, and so if we're in a place where a massive numbers of people are,
What if we caught the Loch Ness Monster live on our show? We go viral!
Jack could probably do it with his little sign.
What if we really catch it? Okay, let's see. Okay, sale code, guys, once again, homemadesoapmakingsupplies.com is 50% off. That was a mistake, sorry.
Travel tip, Penny. That's so weird from Detroit. It's like $1,400. This is why. When I used to be a travel agent, there are certain hubs in the country, and if you travel from a main hub, it's a lot less. And so for you, Chicago would probably be the closest main hub, and you'd probably get half that
So
price from Chicago.
hubs are, I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but New York,
Denver, Chicago, Dallas,
Atlanta,
Atlanta.
LA, Seattle. Is Seattle a hub? I don't know if Seattle's a hub or not.
I'm not sure.
Okay. And do you know when we're going? In July. But somebody said the end of July is when they're out of school in England, so we should be in Ireland the end of July and do England the first part then.
Should we do it the other way around? Okay. I mean, I don't mind.
If they're out
Although-
of school.
Oh, no, that would work. Okay.
Let me smell this. I'm having a smelly. So if we do Phantom, the Phantom of the Opera is there. Can you feel it?
Inside your mind.
So we would have to get tickets the first part of July, but we want to do it after we're over our jet lag, so like the 4th or 5th day then, probably,
For England?
for England.
So it might end up being a little different than what we did, which is fine. We were thinking about taking a sail rail to get from one to the other because it was an awesome experience, but also it was like a third the price of flying from one
Here,
island to the other.
somebody, London Hack on YouTube, thank you, No Life, we'll check that one out and see.
What does a sea
Pay
salt
as you go
smell like?
restaurant. What is what?
Oh, this one isn't sea salt here. But what does a sea
Oh,
salt
the
smell
sea
like?
salt is a light. It's a light citrus smell. Smell that one. That one smells really good, actually.
Yum.
These are ours, by the way. I don't go around sniffing yours. These are ours.
Yeah, Jacqueline, I
so-
think it is. The funny thing is, Ellie and I went alone. Our daughter, who was 18 at the time we went, we went alone, and it was an amazing kind of dream vacation. This would be more a few more members of the family, including Tara, and so it'll be different, but I think it'll be really nice. We were going to spend some time, a little extra time in Killarney because that's kind of where we were thinking we'd spend a summer or at least a month in the summer one time in the future.
Wow, we're getting a deal. Everybody's saying these are really cheap tickets. ABT said that that's cheaper than flying across her country.
So if we get the tickets at justfly.com, and that was on a Friday night when we looked, which is not the cheapest time to look. Tuesdays when Ellie and I were looking were the absolute cheapest. And of course, if you're down under, that might be Wednesday. But in the United States, it was like, in Colorado, it was like 7 p.m. on Tuesday we would check. And previously, Ellie and I got our tickets for $550 on British Airways, which was a fantastic airline. They're the best airline I've ever flown. So if you work for British Airways, you pass that on and tell them you guys are doing an awesome job.
So Carol thinks that I've been drinking a little too much of my homemade vanilla there
Why is that?
with my Stanton and all that.
Oh, so yeah, Ellie and I, of course, the $550. British Airways right now, the cheapest is like $1,400, I think. But at the time, we got British Airways for $550, and that was in April. This is July, which is the high tourist season, so
Thank you, Susan.
I'm surprised we could get the 7-something.
Yeah, I was really
133.
surprised when I saw it was that cheap, and then I was like, well, good grief, if it's that cheap, let's stay for another week or two, shall we? See, Christine thinks we could see Nessie. See, Nessie would come for me.
Depends on how much scotch you have. There she is! Sorry.
Aren't you funny? Aren't you funny? Aren't you funny?
Yep.
So, we're trying to figure out where in Scotland would be a good place for us to kind of park and then travel out from there for like a week or so if we can. We will be going live when we're there. Of course we will! We're self-employed. We can't stop working for this stuff.
Well, we won't. It won't be like. It won't really be working in the sense that we won't be doing very much. It would be mostly just going live to keep in touch with everybody.
But we do have a major problem in that we were trying to get the new cookbook out by Christmas, and
I
if we
think we
take
can
a
still
whole
do it.
month,
I think we can still
I
do
don't
it. We
know,
just
that's
need
gonna
to
be
scratch
pushing it.
everything else. Yeah, I've heard Aberdeen is really nice. I don't know about Barnes and Dundee, but did you make another one?
no, not yet.
You know, Music Mad Santorini is one of the places in the world that people like to travel the most, I've heard.
What is it?
It's an island off of Italy. I think off of Italy.
Huh. Okay. Money saving expert has ideas. Okay. See, so now that I'm looking at the map, budget schmudget. Huh. We're going to Europe. No, I'm kidding.
Well, we basically...
Probably about $1,500 for
Wait.
each person. So we're thinking it'll be probably around $1,500, maybe $2,000 for all of us.
When Ellie and I went, it was
Each.
$1,700
Yeah.
each for 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
So probably something like that.
Yeah.
That's what we were thinking. The thing is,
Oh.
we kind of are a little bit flexible on that. It's the same way, honestly, people ask us about budget even for like household things. For us, the budget doesn't work as well. We just say, how can we do this for the least amount of money possible and still get something amazing?
Yeah, we were talking today because Heidi said that we should write a book on getting out of debt. So we were talking today about writing a book on. Oh, we are going to Killarney. We are going, and Dingle. Those are places we're going, right?
So the Dingle Peninsula on Slayhead is probably Ellie and I's favorite place, and Killarney and Kinsale are right up there too. Although probably what we were thinking is spending like a week in Killarney. There's a house we actually already talked to the owner last fall because we thought we would stay in the summer for a while. Who is it that said that?
Said what?
About Killarney and all?
Oh, Linda.
There's a house that we've already talked to the owner and had a lot of communication with him. And at the time we thought, well, we're probably not going to be able to stay the whole summer. But we were going to try to book that same house in Killarney.
Oh, I didn't think about that. By the time we get there, the UK may not even be a part of Europe anymore.
But we have passports, so that's okay.
Yeah, but what if they have some kind of a civil war because of all of this? And then we're stuck over there. Jamie, she can't answer her cell phone, but she will film videos anytime, anywhere. Pretty much. My cell phone is just for recording. I don't answer.
But to her defense, Jamie, she usually has to plug in the phone because it's been dead when she decides to go.
Thanks. We should look on Groupon.
Well, that was the thing is that we thought when Ellie and I went, we went to about 7 different places in Ireland and Northern Ireland. We just kind of say Ireland with both. And then we went to 2 places in Scotland and then London. And now we probably have far fewer locations where we actually stay the night. But maybe then just go out from there to see stuff. So Killarney, we would like to see more in the national park and in the surrounding areas. Mm-hmm. And we'd like to see more in the Midlands, but we probably would save that for another trip to do too much of that, just because we're trying to not run around as much as we were.
So Penny says, summer in Scotland, where to go, what to do. Okay, I'll check that out. Price of petrol varies greatly. Uh-oh. We'll show you how to do it on a dime. Oh, yeah, I mean...
One thing about the petrol is, I think we had a diesel last time, but here in Colorado, we drive so much more than virtually everyone else, because everywhere we go is a long distance. So that's really not.
It's no less than 20 minutes to get groceries.
When Ellie and I were there, I think we filled up once in the middle and once at the end, and that was it.
Okay, so here's the thing. No, this lotion just smells so good. It's oatmeal and honey, and I'm just like, oh yum. Okay, so
you
here's.
should still refer to my other video for.
Yeah. Mike already did a video on going to Ireland for $1,700.
I didn't say on a dime in the title, but it's on our channel, Living on a Dime. There's a playlist about how we went to Ireland and the UK for.
So, go ahead. Sorry.
And it's 3 weeks in Ireland for $1,700. Tara's going to share it. And that one tells all the details of how we arranged it.
Yeah.
There are others that Ellie and I put just kind of, here we are doing something. So,
yeah.
And we didn't ever finish those, but I might need to finish them because one place we were thinking about staying with somebody we stayed with before.
He said he was going to do a video and he never got it done.
I told him he wasn't counting on me doing it. I just told him I'd like to do it, and he seemed enthusiastic that I would be interested.
Good, Linda. Okay. So the next question is suitcases. So
Linda, just so you know, in the future we would like to do. We had thought maybe like a month in Killarney and a month somewhere in Donegal, because we haven't been there. But this time that wouldn't be that.
You want to see Mike driving the big circle in Britain and Tara yelling, getting it together, people? Yeah. Are we going to Stonehenge? Probably not. I don't know. Where's Stonehenge at?
It's outside of London, like an hour.
I want to be outside of London. I don't want to hear no noise. But Ellie really wants to do London. So the next question is suitcases. Ellie said the worst part about the whole trip was suitcases. What kind of suitcases? Should we just get a backpack with rollers for everybody's suitcase? Or Does anybody have any suggestions on traveling like that if you're going to be walking a long way, like a mile or two with your suitcase? Do you want one with a suitcase with backpacks type with rollers or what?
There were tons of suitcases at the thrift store, and when Ellie and I went, I had that big suitcase that has a little backpack that zips onto it and becomes part of it. And we would just unzip the little backpack and only put in the minimum we needed for that day and left all the rest of the gear at the Airbnb.
So then what are we going to do with the extra suitcase that each person has to take for all the stuff we're going to take back? Because mine's going to be full of tea. And I want an Irish sweater.
Well, we had plenty of space, and if we have this many, Jack's not going to need very much stuff. So.
He might get 3 or 4 woolies.
Well, maybe. So we brought him back this little...
Hey, Jack, come
Irish.
bring Wooly!
Brought him back this little sheep. And the funny thing is, it went everywhere with Ellie and I. We bought it in Kinsale, which is like the
Bring Wooly.
second place we were in Ireland. And the whole rest of the entire trip, Wooly went with us.
Backpack, huh?
So
Okay.
he has Wooly, and it's like Wooly the World Traveler.
Also, what kind of clothes are we going to need in July? So, if anybody's been over to Ireland, UK, Scotland, all those places, let me know.
I'm thinking 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Be my guess.
Lions Irish tea. So I'm going to do grocery shopping while I'm there. That should be interesting. Okay, so do you think Wooly would like some new friends? Oh, Wooly's it for you?
I believe
So, Wooly's an Irish sheep from Kinsale,
The dad brought you over, huh?
and
Now Wooly is famous.
I told Jack Wooly had a lot of friends. Actually,
Are you
Wooly.
going to protect him from all the paparazzi? Those are the people who go around with cameras taking pictures of famous people all the time.
So I think Wooly was. There's some toys called, I think, Irish Farmyard Friends,
Irish farmer.
and I can't remember what the other ones were. It's only the sheep. So
I'm always afraid of pickpockets with backpacks. Well, I guess I just wouldn't put anything in the zipper part.
So what Ellie and I did is we kept our money and
we carried on the front.
we kept our money and our passports not in the backpacks, on our body in places where people were not likely to reach without us noticing. So
Be sure to have English banknotes for England. English folks get a bit temperamental if you try to spend Scottish notes in England, so get Scottish notes. Oh, come on. Seriously, do Americans
Wait.
really do that?
Scottish and English, because when we were in Scotland and Northern Ireland,
Can't you just use euros?
well, they're all pounds, but some of the pounds say Bank of Ireland or Bank of Scotland on them. Is that what you mean?
Well,
'cause
if
they
you
were
can't
still all
use
pounds.
euros if they're not going to be part of...
Well, there's no
Europe
euro
anymore.
They already don't use euro.
Oh, they
in the
don't?
Brit-
Oh.
In the UK.
Okay, well, never mind.
So we brought both last time, and we ended up using a credit card as much as possible. In the end, we had to switch to cash to try to use it up because we didn't bring that much cash. But in the end, we were thinking, uh-oh, we better hurry up and spend the cash.
Huh. Okay. Who's going? Everybody but BJ. So, and he might come over for a week or so, but...
Yeah.
It would be warm, but always have... Oh, we gotta take jackets? Seriously?
Well, so here's the thing.
Ooh,
We
that's
pretty
really
much
good.
have to have jackets, and there's a decent chance it'll rain on any given day. A little. Well, I don't know, maybe a lot. Depends. I think it's in Ireland. It was mostly, well, it didn't hardly rain when we were there, but
Linda, I won't get any soap making supplies because I can't bring them back on the plane. So,
that would be cool. I did notice, it's funny because you're talking about scents for soap making supplies, and I don't know how the soap making supplies scents go, but when Ellie and I were there, I did notice that the perfumes and the colognes were entirely different than here.
travel tips by Lori. Okay. Now I am starting to feel overwhelmed.
I don't think
I
we're going
don't
to
know if this is the best idea.
Ellen, probably not Northern Ireland this trip. Ellie and I went there last trip, and in the future we'd like to stay longer and kind of try things like shopping locally and cooking locally and showing that you can still save even in another place. But Northern Ireland would probably be a separate trip because we'd be running around too much.
Maybe we should just bring 2 changes of clothes.
But Ellie and I did spend some time in Northern Ireland on our last trip.
Just 2 changes
Wales.
of clothes.
Oh, see, last time we thought we should have stayed in Wales a little bit.
Why?
It was just really beautiful. It's southwestern.
Is that where Sue lives?
No,
Oh.
it's southwest. I don't know. I've always called that area part of England, but I'm not really sure. It used to be its own place.
Okay, now I'm feeling overwhelmed. We gotta take jackets and all
Let
of
Mike
that.
plan and you just follow. Yes. Thank you, Adriana. But we thought we'd see particularly. Well, I was thinking.
Okay, I
Scotland
can't
is-
plan on this.
I was thinking Scotland is the main thing that we're most confused about, just because we haven't spent a lot of time researching Scotland.
And I hear you have to pay to go potty. What kind of country is that?
England, Ellie and Dave would both like to be in London much of that time because Ellie felt like she didn't get enough London time before, and Dave has a friend there. He'd like to go a couple of days, just go hang out with his friend.
So everybody's mocking my only 2 changes of clothes. You could wash one and wear one. Why is that a problem?
Are you? I didn't hear that. Are you joking?
No, seriously, just take 2 changes of clothes.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
3. We can wash one and wear one.
We took enough where we didn't have to wash very much.
I know, but I
I'll
don't
have
want
to
to carry
say,
that up. Bye, Cindy.
You wouldn't think of this, but in Edinburgh, Scotland, one of the days we had a kind of a good time was laundry day. We went to this laundry, and the lady that ran it, I think she said she and her sister owned it. She was so nice. She talked to us, and she brought us tea, and she brought us all kinds of things while we were waiting for the laundry. And
I'll check it out, Linus. Just lots of underwear. Underwear is the easiest thing to wash. Although it's humid over there, so stuff won't dry like it does here in Colorado.
I can't remember how much, but Ellie and I took like 4 or 5 days worth of change of clothes, and it fit just fine.
Oh man. Okay, guys. Now I'm not so sure this is the best idea. Oh
Her
dear.
mind is on fire. Just let
Oh
Mike do
dear. I don't know about this.
So maybe I should develop the itinerary, and then you can look at it and just say, okay.
Okay, maybe we should do this. Maybe we should just take 1 change of clothes and then just buy stuff, and then we'll look European.
Yeah, with all those touristy
Do you think
t-shirts.
they'll notice if I have my Tara for President 2020? I would blend in well enough.
We say president. What do you mean, president? You mean prime minister? That'd be in the UK, obviously.
Ooh,
not in
here.
Ireland.
Primark is a really cheap store for holiday clothes. I don't know what holiday would. They don't celebrate the 4th of July over there.
Wait, do you know? She means like. Tara did understand that. She was just being silly.
I'm just kidding. We're going for the 4th of July to England. This is kind of funny.
We come with terms. Sorry.
See, here's the thing. If you take 1 thing of clothes and a jacket, then you could use a jacket for a shirt if you needed to.
Actually, Tara would like one of Aaron's sweaters. She just in the
I want an
United
Irish sweater.
in the United States we.
Oh,
There were some people
disposable
that had
underwear.
brought them, but they just weren't quite right. And I think if we were there, we could
Yeah.
find. Ellie and I were going to get one for her while we were there, but we weren't sure without her trying it on. Without her trying it on, we weren't sure if it would work. So,
Get disposable underwear. There you go.
Well, no, I guess it's okay if you. Never mind. I was
Oh,
misunderstanding.
Jamie wants to come and help pack, and Jamie's going to
The
pack
accent.
herself in there.
Yes, Amy, the accent might give you away. It's true.
What accent?
You don't have
Do
an
they not
accent.
wash over in England? How do they say it in English? We're going to wash today. We're going to wash today. We're going to
I don't think they say
wash
wash.
today. How do they
I
say it in
forgot to,
England?
what did Sue say?
I don't know. We need to Skype Sue and see
It
how
was
she
funny
says
when Sue was
wash.
here. We were at her son's house with her, and she was showing us because he has this entire pantry here in the United States full of British food that he loves that he can't get here.
Yeah,
But-
she showed us his pantry full of all these British foods, and we're like, oh, we want to try that.
Like, where does he get that? So yeah,
Yeah, see, oh, yes! Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll take disposable clothes. Here's what we'll do. So we'll take clothes that we could care less about, wear them over there, leave them there,
Well,
and have more room to bring stuff home.
Well, actually, before we came back, Ellie did that.
Yeah.
What we did after we did the laundry, she set aside a bunch of clothes she didn't want to keep, and we dropped them off at what's the thrift store called?
I don't know, a rubbish store.
In London, there was a thrift store. I forgot what it's called.
What are they called? I don't know.
They were really excited that she dropped off that stuff because it was a pretty small thrift store.
Real American clothes. So here's what you do. Jenny's got it. Put on 4 sets of clothes and fill your pockets with your underwear to wear on the plane. Then you don't have to pack your clothes.
I think Tara's overthinking this because Ellie and I we packed actual regular clothes and it didn't really take up more space than we had.
The disposable clothes thing is a really good idea. That is brilliant. And we could probably get prime money for having real American clothes over there.
Oh, well, you mean like clothes that we just want to
We could probably sell it. We could probably sell our American clothes.
But, like, we don't wear designer
on Facebook Marketplace in London. And we could sign it because we're famous.
Yes, I mean a charity store, that's right. Or Ed Crystal and Effie.
So
it was funny though because Ellie's like, I'm going to take everything that I don't need and I'm going to donate it so I have less stuff to take with me.
Charity. Yeah, see everybody's charity shop.
Yeah, the light windbreaker jacket. I had one. We went there before. I had one that I gotten when we were doing TV sports, and it had it was comfortable when it was warm, and it's comfortable when it's cold, and it's waterproof. So
Jamie said we could mail her stuff, but it'd be cheaper to go to the thrift store and buy disposable clothes and wear them over there.
Yeah, Jamie, mailing it is a lot more expensive even than just carrying it.
Yeah. And then okay, so then there was one other question here that I saw.
Stock up on your teas. Yes, she's going to have a whole suitcase just for tea.
Yeah. Okay. Real American clothes made in China. You got it right.
I was thinking that. I just didn't want to
But see, we're famous. So if we sign them, we could sell it on Facebook Marketplace and somebody would pay for our whole trip just buying our clothes.
Alrighty then.
We should try that. Don't you think?
Good see.
Thanks, guys, for everybody who said they liked my top. They go by weight of bags. They do?
You mean on the airplane?
Yeah.
They weigh them, but if they weigh... Well, of course, this was on British Airways. They weighed them, but as long as they were less than a certain weight, there was no extra charge. If it was over that weight, but when we tried, we thought our bags were right at the high end of the weight, and we got there, and they were only like half the weight that we could have had. And Ellie and I had plenty of space, really. Although the one thing is we didn't bring a regular computer. We brought a Chromebook, which is a super lightweight, very minimalist computer.
Yeah, but that's going to be hard if we take your computer, my computer, and the tripod.
Well, why would we bring them all? Why don't we just bring one?
Well, if we go live, we're not going to need...
I don't know. Well, we could use the Chromebook for monitoring comments. So that's the thing is, we don't want to carry too much computer gear because it's heavy. So, but mine is the one that we usually use for the show broadcast. And we'd probably do a couple of shows, and then we probably upload a few very lightly edited videos so we don't spend too much time
Sabrina says go to Nottingham.
Yes.
I love that movie. It was a little not on the great side, but it was fun.
Actually, Sabrina, I think, in theory, my family name is from near there.
Ooh, if we could get on some talk shows and get some newspaper interviews for your cookbook.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You're calling it work.
Oh, I just had a brilliant idea.
No, it's a holiday.
Dining on a dime in Europe. And we could do cooking and grocery shopping.
It's a holiday.
And I could go on the news and they could interview me cooking, American cooking in Europe.
This is a holiday. See, this is why she's had like 3 getaways and come back not refreshed, because she gets the idea about all these things she can do for living on a dime. And I was telling her we just need to go live a couple times to keep in touch with everyone and maybe make some videos, some short, I mean not short, but lightly edited videos about what we're doing so that everyone can see.
So
but then not do really anything else related to the business.
Oops. I
just keeping in touch with everyone, but not all the rest of that stuff.
We are going for a month, so that's why. Yeah, now I'm starting to get a little overwhelmed here.
So the thing about 2 computers is if we stayed a whole summer, like we were thinking about doing, but aren't going to do this year, and we wanted to do our broadcast in a more regular way. Right now we have 1 computer that drives the show, and because it takes a lot of resource to drive the show, that's all that computer can do. And then we use the other one to kind of keep track of comments and respond to people. So that's why she was thinking 2. But
okay, I got it.
I think we could, honestly, dear. Well, I think we could do.
On the road, international.
We could probably find it. We could have somebody go monitor comments from an internet cafe.
We could pay some teenager who's traveling around Europe to sit there and monitor comments for us.
Buy a meal deal from Boots? I don't know what Boots is.
I have no idea. What's a meal deal from Boots?
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Okay. So, yeah. I figured out how to deal with Tara wanting to film. Here's what we do. You ready? We get some GoPros. And we put them on our heads, and we have them go live, and just go live the entire time we're there.
Do GoPros go live?
I don't know, but we can figure out a way. We could hook the computer to our head with the GoPro and be like those African women that carry the things of water on their head. We could carry our computer on the head with the GoPro right here.
Her idea gene has been ignited, and suddenly this isn't a holiday anymore.
We aren't clergy, Jenny. But that's a great idea. Could you become a pastor before we go?
Why?
Load on the road, international. I think that's brilliant. I think that's just
Ellie
brilliant.
and I were both like, no.
Thank you, Deborah, for the order. I would take your main computers. The big thing, we should make Load on the Road t-shirts.
Yes, Gene, we do have passports.
Yes.
We got them all about 6 months
year.
ago when we weren't sure if we were gonna. We were planning something bigger this summer that we canceled for the moment. So we were already.
Okay, so wait a minute. How in the world could we make this big? Like, so that all the TV stations and stuff want to interview us. How would we do that? What would be our gimmick? Like, I just watched the guy who ate only potatoes for a year in Australia, and they interviewed him. And, like, our friends at Hardiness Approach, well, my friends at Hardiness Approach, he was doing push-ups at the airport, and the the Denver station saw him doing it, and they put him on the news. How would we do this? So what you want to know
is, what do people over there think is
crazy about Americans?
We don't want to be crazy Americans. We want to be amusing Americans.
Do you think Tara for President 2020 would be enough?
You do that over there.
I don't know.
I don't know who she is, people.
We got to think about this, people. We got to think about this. Now that I've dumped the soap, my brain is going on overdrive trying to figure out what to do for living on a dime. And so I've got like 10 different things that we can do. One was a membership site, but the other thing I got to thinking for videos, what if we interviewed you guys and had you guys on Skype and I answered your questions? What do you think about that?
Christy, there are boats that go out from Inverness down to Loch Ness. Also, dolphin boats go from there to... Oops, you scroll up.
Sorry.
Into the Moray Firth. Murray. Murray Firth. Huh. That would be cool. Well, I don't know. I had a sense it might be nice to be in that area. So when Ellie and I were there, part of our goal was to not stick out too much, but I'm not sure about load on the road. Tar for president. Become clowns. Yeah.
Mike is starting to think Alaska sounds good.
Yeah.
No, not crazy as in stupid Americans that go over there and say things like, what does some stupid Americans say when they go over there? I saw this whole thing and it was something like, oh, I can't remember now.
Well.
But anyway.
Well, I do know that the Irish that I talked to did not think it was too amusing when Americans say top of the morning.
Yeah, something like that.
Because apparently that's not an Irish thing and we didn't hear anyone say it when we were there.
Huh. Well, I don't know. Publicity about publicity about an American author visiting interview. Book signings at the bookstores. So we'd have to fill all our suitcases with books
Or
to
we'd
get
have to
over
print
there.
some over there. I didn't see who said about the public transport, but really in the London area, actually really anywhere we were in England, we didn't need a car. We got a car in Scotland because we thought we were going hiking in the mountains, and we changed our minds. In Ireland, we had a car because we went all to a bunch of remote places that were really beautiful.
Linda, stop being so practical. She said she stopped soap making so that you could go on vacation and work the entire time.
Well, that's what she and
I
Ellie.
like the GoPro idea.
She and Ellie were talking about taking a week and going somewhere together, and I was like, I'm not letting you take your computer. And I was thinking the same thing. This isn't going to be like a lot of working. This would be checking in occasionally to say hi to people and saving working for after we come back.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should go 2 months, and 1 month be relaxing, and then go do the whole thing again, and the second month be work.
Well, that's kind of the next thing we were talking about, a future trip.
I don't know. So does anybody like the idea of me doing, I'm just throwing this out here, this is totally nothing to do with the trip, but do you guys like the idea of me doing Skype interviews with you and like helping you with budgeting problems or grocery problems? Let me know if you think that would be great. Mail the books. Yeah, Corrine, let me tell you, it's expensive. It costs, to get this one book to England,
$17.
$21.
$21.
$21 to go to England. $17 to go
17
to
is
Canada.
Canada.
21 to England. 23 to
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're not gonna work. We're not gonna be like making this a big working trip.
Yeah.
So
I'll
ignore
check.
what she said. I will rope her in. But feel free to send emails saying no working. Actually, I think we should ask everyone to send in emails and letters saying no working, Tara, and then sign your name to it.
We could go to a culinary school in London. Oh my word, I would blow their minds if could you see me in a culinary school?
Yeah.
I would not go over well. Oh no, it would not go over well.
Linda, I nearly had a heart attack when you said stop being so practical. I thought it was me.
After a week, we would want to be home.
Well, that's
I
the thing
know.
is we were looking at the two places we were looking at primarily in Ireland. There were a few other days we would have. One, there's not a lot of civilization and there's not internet, and so it would be easy to keep Tara away from work there.
Yeah.
Killarney has some, but I was thinking like 2 shows, and then uploading some video of what we did on some of the days, but not making it a big business thing. So, cargo plane or ship? Yeah.
Oh, for our books? Yeah. No, what we do is have them printed in China and shipped to England.
Here's what we do. Shipping books on a dime. So here's what we do. We rent a cabin on a cruise ship, and we load it up with books to the ceiling.
Wait, could we take a boat over there instead?
They still do, but I think it was kind of pricey.
Man, maybe we could just make this a whole, I don't know.
Yeah, Nova Scotia is
Yeah.
more because of how far it is. Because I noticed in Canada, some of the places were more expensive than others.
Denise said Tara would be hitting the table so much in culinary school. Lord help them, for sure.
I do have to say, I think Tara would really enjoy a lot of tea.
Oh, man. I want to try every tea they have there.
And clotted cream. Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
exciting would be awesome.
Okay. I don't know, guys. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, so if you would leave in the description below on YouTube ideas for us, we would appreciate it. Ideas on a place to camp in Scotland, so like a week where we could stay at a house and maybe go out from there a little bit. Also, bags. What would be the best bags? Clothing ideas. I'm liking the disposable clothing idea. Go to the thrift store, get us some clothes, and we'll leave them there, and then fill it with tea to come back. And candy. Their candy is really good. See, what we need to do is take a bunch of American food with us and bribe people when we're over there.
You have to get the good
See?
American food, though, like Tex-Mex.
Like Twinkies.
I don't know. I thought things like Twinkies and stuff, sweets are not as yummy here, are they?
Oh.
Yeah. Sabrina, somebody asked us on our last trip, Ellie and I, if we would stop in York for a proper Yorkshire tea.
Thanks, Amy.
But at the time, we had already bought the train tickets and they were not refundable, and we weren't able to stop. But I was telling Tara before this started that we might want to arrange for her to stop in York for that reason.
Yeah, I would love an English tea. Oh, man. And I can eat gluten there because they say people who are just sensitive can eat the food over there.
Yeah, Leslie, honestly, we didn't see any castles in Scotland except Edinburgh Castle, which really isn't our type of castle that we love the most. But I would love to see some other ones.
We're going in July. Oh, I guess we didn't make this 15 minutes. Oh, dear. Oops.
And it's not to say
Tea
there's anything
cakes.
wrong with Edinburgh Castle, but the idea is Ellie and I liked the smaller kind of either family castles or some were ruins things that you could get up close and not be totally overrun with other tourists.
Oh, where would I find real English tea cakes at? Somebody tell me that, because I'm curious. Okay, guys, well, my computer is on 7% battery, so please like, subscribe, and share. Please check out homemadesoapmakingsupplies.com. My last week open. I'm closing the end of next week. 50% off everything, including my wonderful goat milk cream and dead sea salt scrub. 50%, no minimum. No minimum, guys. I'm not doing a minimum because I just want it all gone. And if I decide to do it again, I'll just restock. But I want it all gone.
Sabrina, are you in York? Just curious. I've heard that York Cathedral is really gorgeous.
Okay, and somebody tell me where I can get a real English tea. I want to see English gardens. If I'm going all the way over there, I want to see English gardens, and I want to see English tea. I want a real English tea.
Actually, Wales was really beautiful.
Isn't that where Prince Charles is?
I think Diana was the princess.
Oh.
We, when Ellie and I went, we did sail rail we went through Wales on the train on the sail rail, and we were thinking, man, we should stay here sometime in the future. Because it was really nice. So thank you for telling us.
You ready to go to Europe?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to say, good day, mate?
No.
I don't know her. She's just sitting next to me.
That was for you, Amy, who I think is gone.
I don't know. I thought I saw Amy. So Amy's in Australia.
Okay.
And Tara did a perfect Australia accent, right, Amy?
Yeah, that's Australia.
So somebody put in the description on YouTube, the Chelsea Flower Show. Yeah.
Oh, actually, she would love that.
When would that be? When is that?
Well,
We
something
gotta find
else.
that.
It was funny because I told Tara years ago about this, but she's been, for the last few years, she's like, I don't know if I really care about traveling and all this, but when we talked about going, I said to Ellie, Killarney has really nice gardens, some really nice gardens. And then she said, I want to go see Kensington Gardens. was thinking,
I saw. What
She
movie
was-
was it we saw?
you
Was
could tell
it
she got all excited
Green
about
Fingers?
That wasn't
It's Green
Kensington Green Fingers, was it?
I think it was, wasn't it?
I think it was that other garden show that they were talking
Oh,
about.
the Chelsea Garden Store? Okay. All right. Will you buy a kilt, honey, while you're there? Okay, guys, we will see you.
Did you see
Please.
what Carol said?
What?
Be sure to show us the inside of a grocery store and the prices.
I
they
know.
pay.
That's what I'm
I
thinking.
have a lot of still pictures from when Ellie and I were there because I wanted to show them to Tara, but we didn't do anything with
Yes,
them.
everyone, we have the right plugs from their trip before, so yes, we have the right plugs. So, anyway, oh, are you wanting to go longer?
Not necessarily. I'm just giving you some power so you don't lose it all of a sudden.
Oh, okay. Go to something in Northern
Bel-
Ireland and have afternoon
She's saying
tea.
Belfast.
Oh, Belfast.
Ellie and I both were at Titanic Belfast, and it was pretty cool.
I don't know if I could go to another Titanic museum. That's pretty depressing. Oh, you guys haven't heard my Titanic
Although it's
story, have you?
extremely popular, so we discovered you can go first thing when they open the doors.
I won't tell you my Titanic story. It's a little strange.
Why not?
Yes.
McLean Castle.
Okay.
I did drive in Ireland, white picket
What?
fence, and I also drove in Scotland. I drove a lot in Ireland, and I'm kind of glad they tried to upsell us to a bigger car, and I'm glad that I kept a small one because since the roads were a lot narrower than the U.S., it was less crazy driving.
So can we put some shrimps on the Barbie while we're there?
Oh, brother. Actually, we
I'm
would.
only kidding, guys. I'm only kidding.
We were thinking the car would also be something we'd want to get in Ireland and Scotland again. Probably not
Oh.
England because we could do the trains. I love the trains.
But that'll probably
I-
cost us an arm and a leg because we have 5 people instead of just 4.
No, we just need a bigger car. It's not that much more. But I'm the only one that tries over here. Irish Rail was really nice in Ireland too. We just we wanted to get away from where we wanted to get to places where the trains wouldn't go. So
Yes, I will definitely have to go to Aldi. I will go to Aldi.
actually, I forgot what the castle was we saw in Belfast.
Oh, we have to go next month. The Chelsea Flower Show is next month. Okay, let's look how much
Wait,
tickets.
Hampton Court is in July though. That's the one from the movie you were talking about.
Oh, where's Hampton Court at?
Can you go to Hampton Court, or is that only certain special guests get invited to go there?
Can real people go?
Leisure 057 blank. Did he give you a stick to drive? Yes. We actually contemplated getting an automatic because I had a tear in my elbow on my left arm, which is where I'd have to use it for shifting. But I ended up getting a standard because I drive one here anyway, and it was really not that hard. The hardest part was not being on the left side of the road, not being shifting on the left, but being on the right side of the car. So
Yeah. I will not drive. I'll walk.
I liked
before I'll
it.
drive
I liked the
up there.
driving, although what was kind of a little awkward, especially in the southern counties, where Ellie and I really spent a lot of time in the southern counties of Ireland, and like Kerry and Cork, and there a lot of places the roads are always we're narrow in most of the places we went, but in some of the other places the roads were really narrow, and there was kind of one lane for both directions. And that was the part that I found a little.
You know how we're going to
frightening
end
at
up on the
first.
news? You know how we're going to end up on the news? American tourists die in car crash in England. That's what.
Not if I'm driving.
It's 50% off. Sorry about that, Darlene. I'm sorry, I put the wrong code in. It's 50% off is the code. Don't go to Europe when it's holiday or school vacation. Too crazy. So the 4th of July would not be a good day to go there.
She's here all day, folks.
Let's see.
Actually, Ellie and I were in Ireland during pretty much the
cool.
lead up to Easter and a little bit after Easter, and it was amazing because everybody was on holiday for the Easter holidays, and it was actually kind of fun to see how they do Easter over there. In the U.S., unfortunately, Easter is kind of not really given the the place it should have. So it was kind of really nice seeing that.
They say most American tourist drivers in Ireland at least are off the side.
I didn't.
He didn't.
Well, actually,
good job, honey.
although I have to say it was,
it was hair raising.
I made one. There was one thing I did, and after that everything was fine. Like 3 miles away from the rental place, I put the left wheels on a curb as we went in, or came out of a roundabout, because sitting on the right side of the car.
Ellie was like, "Watch out for the car!"
Since I'm sitting on the right side of the car, and in the U.S. you sit on the left side of the car, I'm used to being on the left side of the lane, and so that meant that the left side of the car, unbeknownst to me, was kind of on the median. So when we went around the first roundabout, kind of bumped right as we were coming out of it. But after that, I thought, oh, I got to watch for that, and then it didn't happen again. But it was nice having Ellie there in the car with me, because she was always there to remind me. Like in Dingle, there was a roundabout that had nothing in the middle, but it was a little bit bigger roundabout, and that's the one place where in my mind, I was confused, left or right. Every other roundabout was good about going left.
Great. Christy says Scottish schools break up from around the 4th of July, then England about 2 weeks after for 6 to 7 weeks.
I think it'll be all right. You're worrying too much, woman. You tell me not to worry. Hey, I've got experience on this.
Can we get our concealed carry before we go?
Yeah, whatever. Spend your whole holiday in jail.
So if we need to shoot down some terrorists, we can.
I don't claim her, folks.
Here's the question: how much Alka-Seltzer can you fit into one suitcase? That's the question.
Ooh. Is there Alka-Seltzer over there?
Oh, I don't know, but I was just thinking I would get some baking soda. Surely they have baking soda. I would just get some baking soda and aspirin.
Well, yeah,
surely
it might
they have
be
baking
called,
soda and aspirin.
I forget what you call it. There's another name I think it might be under. But anyway, or we could bring some and you could use it, and then you'd have space to bring things back.
Sabrina says May would be quieter, but I don't think we could go that quick.
We looked in May, particularly the two places we were thinking of going for Tara for all of us to rest, but more Tara than anybody else.
What did I
they
say
were
that was
totally
so funny?
booked in May.
La Deanna was laughing at me. What did I say that was funny? Oh dear. Everybody says I said something funny. What did I say that was funny? I don't know.
You're doing it now.
What did I say? See, when you guys do this stuff, I have to go back and watch the videos and see, because I have no idea.
Yeah, I think that the kids being out of school isn't that serious of an issue.
I don't know.
Stuff like that.
I'm feeling a little not so good about this. Oh yeah, bring your guns through customs. With my Get It Together People Tara for President 2020.
In case anybody's confused, we will not be doing that.
I'm only kidding, guys. I'm only kidding.
Just in case you weren't sure.
Just so you know, I don't have a concealed carry. So if the paparazzi come up for me, I'm just going to have to punch them in the nose because I don't have concealed carry.
Just let them lift you up and carry you around, and you'll feel like you're the queen.
Well, it's because I know I am. But... thanks, Darlene. Thanks for everybody who ordered. Yes, I am very tired. I think my allergies are kicking in.
Actually, I have to say, about the concealed carry, that they're laughing.
Oh, the concealed carry.
So, off the track of this,
maybe I could take my concealed bear spray.
Dave and I have been hiking more, and on the weekends we've been taking other kids with us. And today, Dave and Jack and Emily and her boyfriend and I all went up on a mountain in Boulder that we've been on before. And it was supposed to be like a 3.4 mile hike round trip, gaining 500 feet in elevation. But these ladies told us, "Oh, you should try this other way. It's much easier." Well, I think they were unaware of where we came from, because it turned out we hiked a lot longer distance. We ended up going down, and I finally realized I think we're too far, and we discovered we were in not the right place at all, and we had to go back up the same mountain. and back down. And in the end, the 3.4-mile trip with 500 feet of elevation became a 5.8-mile trip with 1,700 feet elevation gain. So we're kind of worn out. But, yeah.
So they have powdered aspirin called BC. We have that here. I should try that. And see, Sabrina says she's used Alka-Seltzer thanks to us.
Wait,
Did we hit the lotto?
I don't know if it's everywhere or just... I don't know if I didn't see them in the UK anywhere, but in Ireland there was a place that we saw that still had chemist on the building.
Oh, that's funny. So did we hit the lotto? No. We live frugally, and we just paid off our house, and we are going to go celebrate. This is why we don't spend 10 years of our life paying for cars, and we drive cars that are only $2,000 to $5,000. We don't buy new cars, so that we can now do some fun things like this. That's why we're doing. So, oh, they do have Alka-Seltzer. Okay, let's see. She says for 20 for $3.99. That's a little more than we pay. We probably pay. It'd probably be about $2 for your amount.
Well, what's funny is a Walmart, which is usually the least expensive place for that kind of stuff here, it's more expensive than our Kroger grocery store. King Soopers usually has them on a much lower price, and because when she's not feeling well, she forgets to buy it. I'll go and buy like 6 boxes at once.
So I need to go to Tesco, Aldi, and Lidl.
Tesco, yes.
So Teresa says she's like me. She likes to have her ducks in a row, but a lot of times the ducks aren't even in the same pond. That's so true.
Yeah.
Let's hope Jack gets on the same plane as us.
I will make sure. I don't know where you'll be, but I'll be on the same plane with Jack.
Let's hope I get on the same plane as them. Oh my goodness, that would be hilarious.
Sabrina,
Yes,
it would be
Shannon.
It would be much worth £3 for.
So we are going to take the money that we have spent on the mortgage money that we would have spent for all of May and June and July. We're spending that for the trip. So.
And then after that, we'll just save in.
Maybe we should get a one-way ticket, because as I was looking at this map, it's really not that far to jump over to Holland again, and I really liked Holland. And I really liked Sweden. Maybe we should go over and see Pia, so we could see Pia in Sweden.
Gran Canaria and see Trace.
And Nick over there.
We do have friends, some of whom we actually met in real life before.
Yeah. So everybody's laughing at you, saying that I'm worrying too much. They think that I don't worry at all. Do you guys think that I worry? Do you guys think I'm a worrier?
No, I would say generally it would be more me than her.
Yeah, I'm not a worrier.
But in this case, I was thinking...
No, it's not worry. It is overwhelm, because I'm just like, okay, how much brain power do I have to figure this out?
Well, see, she thinks she's going to figure it out. Actually, when Ellie and I did it before, we weren't planning quite as quick of a trip. I mean, quick wasn't happening quite as quick as this. So we spend a lot of time looking and figuring things out, and I really enjoyed that almost as much as actually going. So,
okay, so I got grocery stores here: Aldi, Lidl, Tesco, Asda, and Morrison's. Woo!
Tara lost in New York. That would be a good show.
Oh, you have to pay to use the grocery carts there. They do that
Where?
at Aldi here. Yeah, Sabrina, it's not worry, it's realism. Yeah.
Maybe we didn't use any carts there. Because we didn't, Ellie and I didn't, but I think we only got a handful of stuff at a time.
So eating will be interesting over there. That's going to be the interesting thing. So we're going to have to walk 10 miles a day to walk off all the stuff we're going to be eating, because I want to try all the food. Oh, man. That's what I want. I want to try all the food. No, Mom's not going. Please blog in Ireland. Yes, we're planning on it. We will probably do that. Okay, guys. So I know that we were going to
Be on for 15 minutes.
be on for 15 minutes.
I knew we couldn't keep our mouths shut.
I said I just want to be on for 15 minutes. I'm tired. But then you guys got me all fired up. Okay, so one last time, homemadesoapmakingsupplies.com. For those of you just joining us, this is my last week. I'm closing down the store. 50% off everything, no minimum. No minimum. You can buy 1 bar of soap. I don't care. 50% off. I do refund excess shipping. So if it's over the amount for shipping, let's say I can send it first class instead of priority, I will refund the shipping, just so you know. So don't freak out. If you buy 1 bar of soap and it's like $5, I'll refund the excess shipping. So,
Yes, white picket fence. Jill was going to keep the dog. She'll
Yeah.
probably come to our house.
She's
and
going to
keep the
come
dog.
back here, and she's going to watch the dog and all of that.
No Life used a bicycle there. Yes, Ellie and I rented bikes in Killarney to go to the national park, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, pretty much most of what we did in Killarney or very near, we rode the bikes, and it was pretty cool.
Thank you, Sabrina. Send me that list of food to try. I think we need to make this a foodie show.
Corrine, the only thing about an RV is, well, I don't know how much it would cost, but I would be terrified to drive one on the roads because they're so narrow.
That would be
Well,
terrible.
I mean, they're not narrow everywhere, but they're narrow in a lot of places we're likely to be.
That could be scary. That would be scary. Yeah, an RV. Oh my goodness, I would be ducked in the back. All right, guys, please like, subscribe, and share. Please leave in the comments on YouTube what we should do. We're going July. We might leave on July 4th since it's an American holiday. We may get even cheaper tickets.
A lot of times traveling on holidays is less.
Yeah, so if we travel on a holiday, we might get it cheaper. So we may go on the 4th of July to England. That would be so funny. Oh, but then it'll be the 5th of July by the time we get there. And then the joke will be over. Or they would be like, we got over that years ago.
You'd be like, well, of course we have 4th of July here, right? It's just like any other day here.
Me walk up saying, where's the 4th of July? Or where's the fireworks? No, Mom's not going. Do a pedicure before I don't do pedicures. No, that won't be, don't worry.
Wow.
Thanks, Corrine, for checking it out. Whatever's left, guys, I'm just selling out of what's left on the soap stuff. So, please like, subscribe, and share. Please visit us at livingonadime.com and check out our Dining on a Dime cookbook. Thank you for all of you who hang on for an hour and 15 minutes. We're an hour and 16 minutes. We're an hour over the time we were going to go.
Have a great night. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, have a great morning. No,
And
not the Southern
Shannon,
Hemisphere.
we're
if
staying
you're
for
further
a
west.
month. 4 weeks. Maybe 5 if we go to Norway. I don't know. I think we should go to Norway.
Well, we've been talking about going and seeing Turid in Norway for a long time.
I don't
So-
know. Going to see Turid would be good. Norway. I think Norway would be good. I really want to go to Norway. Okay, guys. I'm waiting on you.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye. Let's
I can only
see.
stretch so long.
I didn't realize that's what you were doing. Okay. See you later, everyone. Bye.
Wow, Norway.